Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья, с вами Серега Корж Гамес, и мы с вами продолжаем играть в НБА 2К14, сезон 1999-2000 года. Очередной стрим по этой прекрасной игре, и сегодня мы посмотрим на матч между двумя командами. Это Portland Trail Blazers и Denver Nuggets. 13 и 14 команда в турнирной таблице. У них по 6 очков, 275, 263 разница пропущенных и забитых у Портленда, 275, 260 пропущенные и забитые у Денвера. Плюс 15 и плюс 12. Такие вот дела. Пока две команды попадают в плей-офф, будем наблюдать за их, так сказать, игрухой. Ну и вот, пожалуйста, сейчас мы посмотрим на их составы. Если игра нам их покажет. Что ж, состав Портленда: Стулмайер, Смитс, Пиппин, Валлас, Клейн, Александр Маклауд, Булипс, Гатлинг и Ля Франс. Состав Денвера. Ладно, я как всегда замолкаю. Давайте наблюдать за баскетболом. Не забывайте про подписку, лайк, комментарий. Как всегда, это очень-очень приветствуется. Также есть донатная полосочка, ее желательно тоже на нее обращать внимание. Все, поехали. Баскетбол.
Welcome to NBA Basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It'll be the Portland Trail Blazers facing off against the Denver Nuggets. And that's it for us in the studio. To call all the action, let's go out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll see you again at halftime.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. First for the Trailblazers. Then there's Pippen, and it's Wallace in at the four-man position. And for Denver,
you know, the Thunder may have won the Northwest last season, guys, but the Nuggets actually had the most wins against the rest of the division. They went 11-5 against their Northwest foes.
tip-off goes to Denver. Billups with the ball. He's picked up by Pippen. Billups kicks to Alexander. Outside Billups. Here's LaFrance, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill the team.
Now here's Stoudemire. Smith outside. Back to Stoudemire. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pippen. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And for the Nuggets, it's been 2 years now since they have won the Northwest, but ending up in the top 3 teams in the West overall isn't bad for a team that came in Steve's second in their division.
Well, the Nuggets knew that. I mean, the way the Thunder played, it would have been tough to chase them down for the division crown. But, you know, the Nuggets just kept grinding away last year, and they almost ended up winning the division, but they definitely developed into one of the most feared teams in the conference.
You know, guys, Portland had one of the worst benches in the history of the league last season. You know, they didn't get much contribution there. It was almost like they went into every game playing 5 versus 12.
He's perfect from the line this time. Well, as Clark was talking about when referring to the Blazers, the bench scoring was a big problem for him as they didn't have anyone really outside the starting 5 that Steve could be counted on for 7 points or more a game.
Yeah, look, the NBA game is 48 minutes long. It's tough to survive for those full 4 quarters when you have no offensive punch off the bench. But I think this offseason they added a lot of firepower, a lot of scoring in reserve, and we'll see if that makes a difference for this team this year.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Mike Dunleavy's thoughts when we had a chance to catch up were this. He said that one of the challenges they're very conscious of in this matchup is scoring despite the shot clock. He said, you know jumpers like to jump, so we've got to show them some pump fakes, get them up in the air, and that should allow us to get to the line or create easier looks inside. Kevin, we'll see how it works.
And Doris, as always, thank you. So, Steve, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
Yeah, I do. I mean, a huge part of your game plan has to be focused on their D, and I think he's right to put that much emphasis on it.
Yeah, I agree with you guys because they are that good defensively, so you've got to worry about that and game plan for that. And then trust that your guys will execute what needs to be done.
Here is Billups after the made shot from Smith. They set the pick. Billups kicks to Alexander. Back to Billups. Passes to Alexander. Feeds to Billups. Shoots a 3. And again, Denver with the triple.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Stoudemire outside. Smith on the wing. On the wing, Wallace. Wallace left side. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
I'll tell you what I love about him. His ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong. Even with defenders hanging all over him, he continues to finish at the basket.
And I know something else the fans love about him is the way he's capable of going straight over the top of a defender for some monster throwdowns. I mean, we're talking about posterization with capital letters. Some thought the Nuggets might be a dark horse team to get to the Western Conference Finals last season, but they didn't even get out of the first round. They lost to the Warriors, a very good Warriors team in 6 games.
And the second free throw, good. And going back to that series, Clark, I think it was easily one of the most exciting series of the first round, but the Nuggets knew they would have an uphill battle when they dropped game 2 at home. You know, Steve, they looked like they missed Gallinari in some of those games outings.
Well, I think anytime you're down a three-point shooter, it makes it very difficult, particularly in the playoffs when teams can sit back and pack the paint. So I thought that was what that series showed, is that in the postseason, the best three-point shooting team often has a big advantage, and the Warriors clearly were much better from beyond the arc.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Well, and they were 74% free throw shooting as a team last year, so those numbers could come up.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
First one falls for him.
Guys, it's no surprise that a young team like the Blazers found it difficult sledding on the road. Not quite the experience or edge needed to put together good performances on a nightly basis away from home.
And the Nuggets making a change here. McDyess is checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Well, for the Blazers, statistically, they played as close as you could ask for as to when they played at home, but they didn't really have the roster to protect the rim and Steve forced turnovers, which is always a big help on the road.
Yeah, their interior defense was a problem last year. A lot of teams just ate them up, particularly when Portland would go out on the road. That's one of the reasons they finished 11-30. You have to be able to defend at a high level to win away from home.
Now here's Stoudemire. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Back to Wallace. Portland moving the ball around. Pulls up. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Denver leading by 3. Kicks it to Billups. Takes a 3. Portland grabs the miss. Now here's Stoudemire. He dishes it to Pippen. Back to Stoudemire. Stoudemire left side. Stripped it away. And here is Billups. The pass to Alexander. Here's McDyess. That's good.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trailblazers trail by 5. It's Schrempf on the wing. Back to Anthony. He passes to Wells. Outside Anthony. No good on the 3. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. He kicks to Van Exel. Grant, he's checked in for Portland. Pass to Steph. The Nuggets with another miss.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Rejected by Van Exel. Here's Wells. Tries it again. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. The Trailblazers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. The first one falls.
You know, it's pretty hard not to ask the question after the Nuggets were bounced in the first round of the playoffs if, in fact, they were better constructed for the regular season than the playoffs.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. You know, continuing the talk about the Nuggets, it is a fair question to ask because this group, Steve, has been so successful in the regular season, but has yet to make a big splash in the postseason.
Yeah, I think they've advanced out of the first round 1 time in the last 9 seasons. So, I think it's a fair question, Kevin. I think you can win playing fast, but you have to have balance. Look at the Spurs last year. They played a very high tempo, but they played excellent defense as well. You've got to have some kind of a balance to win in the postseason. But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
1:51 left in the first quarter. Rodgers is screen on Anthony. Pass to Rodgers. Back to Van Exel. Shot clock at 5. Puts it up from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And Exel's got his first 2 points of the night. Trailblazers trailed by 3. Now Anthony. The feed now to O'Neal. Back to Anthony. Into O'Neal. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. So it's Denver now. 1:02 left here in the opening quarter. Steph kicks to Van Exel. Passes it to Steph. Back to Van Exel. Makes the lead pass. And it's Clark slamming it down. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, I just, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Anthony can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 3. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Van Exel with it. And there's the pass to Steph. Here's Rodgers, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And the Trailblazers making a change here. The Nuggets shooting their first foul shot of the game. That one misses for Rodgers. Here's Grant. Outside Anthony. Got it up. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always easier to score in the paint.
Anthony on the wing, takes the 3, and the shot is good. Anthony's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Trailblazers. Denver in the lead. Pass to Steph. Back to Van Exel. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Van Exel's got his second bucket tonight. Trailblazers trail by 5. Pass to Atkins. No luck. And Denver the other way now. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Van Exel passes to Clark, and he drops it in from the low post. And it's a 7-point Nugget lead. The steal. He feeds it to Van Exel. Denver passing it around. Steph kicks to Van Exel. He passes to Steph. The dish to Van Exel. The 3. But they recover it. Feeds it to Clark. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Nuggets.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Stoudemire. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And for the Blazers, statistically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention, and that's key, using strength bands, recording baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Eastern medicine, so they're not leaving any stone unturned.
Now here's Stoudemire. Here's Wells, and he makes the 8-footer.
That's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
The Nuggets leading by 7. The pass to McCloud. Shoots. And again, Denver no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. And you don't get too many better looks from that range.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Dishes it to Clark. Number 9. And he can't bank that one in. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Pippen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And while it wasn't the biggest win streak of the season, the Nuggets did have a pretty good rampage of their own from the end of February into March. And because it happened when the Heat were doing what they were doing, the Nuggets kind of flew under the radar.
No good on the free throw. Well, as you said, the Nuggets put together their big 15-game winning streak. But, Steve, since it happened, when the Heat rattled off their big push, nobody really even seemed to notice.
That's right. It might have worked out in their favor anyway, Kevin, because, that win streak really kind of put them into high gear and allowed them to climb into the 3rd spot in the West. Probably was nice not having the media focused on them and wanting to talk to them every day about what was happening in the Western Conference.
He hits the second from the line.
The Blazers found themselves, guys, near the bottom of the West last season, and typically when that happens, you struggle against the rest of the conference, and that was certainly the case for Portland.
Now, here's Van Exel. He's got 5. Pass to McCloud. Unloads. The basket good off the assist from Billups. He has 5.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
Here's Pippen after the made shot from McCloud. Just 5 to shoot. It's off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. Portland did have their problems, as you said, Clark, against the West. A big part of it was late in the season. They were beat up and lost their last 13 games of the year. Steve, mostly those losses coming to Western teams.
Well, that was a big slide for them. And, they probably made their 18-34 mark in the conference seem probably a little worse than it should have. But look, they were out of the playoffs. They lost their edge, and they were playing a lot of young people. I think this is a team that has a chance to make a big comeback.
Here's Billups after the made shot from Smith. Outside, Billups kicks it to Van Exel. Back to Billups. He dishes it to Van Exel. From outside the arc, gets it to go. Van Exel's got 6 here in this quarter.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. Shooting just under 60% for the game. That's smoking.
Stoudemire with a screen on Billups. Pippen for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Wallace is checked in. The Nuggets leading by 6. Now here's Billups. They set the screen. Passes it to Alexander. And yes, a nice assist from Billups. Billups has got 3 assists tonight. Trailblazers trail by 8. Outside Pippen. On the wing, Wallace. All sorts of time. And again, it's Portland converting.
Well, it was a dismal start from the field for them in the first quarter, but they're finally starting to turn it around.
Well, I don't think it could have gotten any worse, partner. I mean, you figure they had all their bad misses out of the way and should be good to go now.
Alexander passes to Billups. On the 3 off target. Portland's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Smith dishes to Wallace. He kicks it to Stoudemire. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pass to Wallace. 6 to shoot. The shot. The Trailblazers rebound. It's Pippen on the wing. And another 3 for Portland.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Denver leading by 3. .158 left to play here in the second quarter. The 3 from Billups. Count the bucket. Billups has got 6. 1:49 left to play here in the half. Now a timeout called by Portland.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the timeout and give yourself a chance to regroup.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. .146 left in the first half. Wallace outside. There's the feed to Stoudemire. 5 to shoot. Now the pass to Atkins. Portland no good that time either. Denver leading by 6. He feeds it to Billups. Pass to Alexander. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Alexander's got 6 points.
He's found a rhythm here in this second quarter, guys. He looks good.
Stoudemire outside. Wallace. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. McLeod, defended by Atkins. Lets it go from 14. And it's off the back rim, no good. Trailblazers trail by 8. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Lets it go. Money from the wing. 32 seconds left here in the second. And here is Billups. 6 points for him. He passes to Alexander. Back to Billups. Trying his luck deep. Another 3 for Denver.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Portland's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. Smith drives in. Another shot. No good. Billups with some nice defense here. Here's McLeod. He beats the buzzer.
Wow.
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
And we finished one half of basketball. Nuggets lead by 12. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
Now, presented by Sprint. Good evening out there, and welcome to 2K Sports. A tremendous start for the Nuggets. Offensively, they've been in a zone. A lot of great team play, providing looks from all over the floor. And hanging tough, the Portland Trail Blazers. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Scottie Pippen playing impressively so far. At over 50% of his shots, you know he's happy about the first half he just turned in. That's it for us here in the studio. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Some fantastic numbers here for Billups. He has 9 points and 1 rebound. He's been passing it around you or shooting it over you. Either way.
Well, they're not sure whether to stick tight on him or defend the pass, and he's really controlling this game with his offensive arsenal.
Now here's Stoudemire. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Good. Smith's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Trailblazers.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Billups kicks to Alexander. Misses the three.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Now here's Wallace. And Billups pulls it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Now here's Stoudemire. After the miss from McLeod, Wallace kicks to Pippen. A baseline J, and he knocks down the jumper. Pippen's got 11 points.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Now Billups. 9 points in the game so far. Billups double teamed. Shoots from 12. Gantling. And it's Portland with the rebound. Wallace has got his third rebound tonight.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
That's a 2 from Smith. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Outside Billups. Passes it to Alexander. Shot is good off the back rim and in. He's got 8.
Well, it's pretty obvious, guys. Portland has a lot of young talent, but the defensive effort has to get better. The intensity, the concentration at that end of the floor has to grow, which is always tough with a young team, but to get better, it's going to have to start with defense there.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Portland finishing second to last in opposing team shooting percentage clutch. Yeah, that's interesting. Defense, something that usually needs to be learned in the NBA, and the Blazers were a young team last season, Steve, and easily a team learning game by game.
Yeah, youth or not, though, Kevin. I mean, 48% against you defensively in terms of field goal percentage. That can't happen. So a lot of improvement in store for this Portland team. They really have to lock in on the defensive end.
Denver calls timeout. There's the dish to Billups. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just one make in their 5 attempts.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And now just a 5-point Nugget lead.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Now here's Billups. 9 points in the game so far. No good from Alexander.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Smith for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. 9 points for Smith.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And something else he has is an array of moves in the paint. You can make a training video for young players to figure out how to play down low in terms of how he gets it done inside.
Shot clock at 2. Billups from outside. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively.
Denver making a switch here. Pass to Stiff. Here's McLeod. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Stiff against Anthony. And the pass to Stiff. Just 5 on the clock. Number 9. And again, Denver no good.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over.
Pippen with it. Now guarded by Stiff. Shrev passes to Pippen. Feeds to Anthony. Back to Pippen. Outside Anthony for the lead. Offensive rebound. Shrimp. O'Neal dishes to Grant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Trailblazers have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. The free throw drops for Grant. Smith checked in for Scottie Pippen. And it's tied up with that one. Denver's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Denver calls timeout.
Well, good timeout, guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting the stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
Billups with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Stiff. Back to Billups. Clock at 6. Trying to get back on track. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 6. Here's Grant. Good on the baseline, Jay. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Here's Billups. Passes to Stiff. Back to Billups. For the 3. The putback and the dump by McDucks.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
That's exactly what he's capable of, guys. So strong.
Outside Anthony. Here's Grant. And the layup falls. Grant's got 6.
Looks to me like they hit the refresh button here in the second half after shooting less than 40% from the field before the break.
Yeah, well, they managed to hold down the fort defensively, and now their offense is finally starting to kick into groove.
Now here's Billups. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Stiff. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. On deep. Billups, no good.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Last year, Denver, a team that really liked to get out and run, and part of the reason was they were not an excellent three-point shooting team. So George Karl wanted his team to score early before defenses had a chance to set up against them. And there were some really poor three-point shooting games throughout the year. Remember, they were 0 for 22 from beyond the arc in a December loss. You don't see that very often.
First free throw is good. Well, as you said, Steve, just one of those nights that they wanted to put behind them as soon as the final whistle blew. You would think that Clark, after starting 0 of 12 from 3, they'd have just given up on the long-range shots.
Well, Kevin, the Nuggets last year didn't take a whole lot of threes. They were in the bottom 5 in terms of shooting percentage beyond the arc, and normally wouldn't hoist many up, but they just kept at it that game. No, I would have stopped trying to hit from deep after the first dozen misses.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
Now here's Pippen. He's got 16. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Wallace. Portland again missing.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's Alexander. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And Portland making a change here. .102 left here in the third quarter. Stoudemire, the pass to Wells. Defended by McLeod. Charity stripe shot. Shot's good from Wells. He has 5.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
There's the pass to Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Gets the bucket. Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Trailblazers have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. It's Pippen with a drive. Got it. Good job in the low post. Pippen's got 9 points now in just the second half.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Pass to McLeod. Fires from deep. Tries to save it. Missed. And we've reached the end of the third. Trailblazers out in front, up by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And another thing that's obviously helped them here, guys, is how hot they've been from the three-point line. They've been on fire.
Now here's Billups. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Pippen. Passes it to Wells. Pippen lets the 3 fly. Rebound by Van Exel. Leads him in there. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Well, back to Pippen. The second chance effort. Misses off the right iron. The Nuggets trail. Van Exel passes to McLeod. Outside Billups. He passes it to McLeod. Van Exel. Wallace covering. Here's Clark. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
After fighting back into it, they had a chance to tie this thing up.
Steve, I love it. They are not going away. They've brought it close right now.
Rejected by Pippen. They get it back. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Portland's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. McLeod, defended by Wells. McLeod passes to Billups. He nails it, and we're tied up.
The road back hasn't been an easy one, but they've managed to climb all the way out of the hole and tie this game.
I have to say, pretty remarkable, Steve. At one point, I thought they were done.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, thank you. Mike Dunleavy had some words for his team over that break. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Thanks again, Doris. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Outside Anthony. Dishes it to Shrimp. Back to Anthony. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Here is Shrimp. 6 on the shot clock. Pippen against Billups. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nuggets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Alexander passes to McDyess to take the lead. The shot's good from Alexander. Now it's a 3-point Nugget lead.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Now here's Anthony. He dishes it to Smith. Shot to stop the run. Portland again missing. The Nuggets leading by 3. Kicks to McDyess. The Nuggets moving the ball around. That's good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Here's Anthony after the Nuggets pick up 2. The shot by Smith. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And 11 points for Smith.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. He kicks it to McDyess. Shrimp covered. Shot from 16. And it's Denver scoring again.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
The feed to Pippen. And the layup's good off the glass. Pippen's got 11 in the second half.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
Denver calls timeout. The Trailblazers making a switch here. That's tipped. Taken away by Anthony. Pippen against Billups. Back to Pippen. He feeds it to Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
It's been a solid outing for Anthony. He has 8 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
That free throw good from Anthony.
Some great free throw shooting so far in this second half.
I think they should keep trying to initiate contact and get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they're perfect so far, so keep it up.
He's off on the second.
Being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Billups against Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Feels like a flip has been switched at halftime because both teams now really getting after it.
And it's been a fun half of basketball, Steve.
Now here's Anthony. Smith left side. Back to Anthony. Now the dish to Smith. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Denver with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Here's LaFrance, and Denver again with the bucket.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Now here's Pippen. Lays it up and banks it in. Pippen's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
They set the pick. Here's Billups, and the rejection by Pippen. And now Portland on the break. Here's Anthony. Can't get it to go. Great tee that time from Alexander. The Nuggets leading by 4. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Billups with the ball. Now Smith defending. Clock at 6. Number 9, guarded by Pippen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Denver.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And another thing that's obviously helped them here, guys, is how hot they've been from the three-point line. They've been on fire.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 5. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Denver making a switch here. .21 left to play in the final quarter. That's good. What a difference in this crowd right now, Clark.
Yeah, they're breathless, nervous, and quiet.
Yep, it is quiet time, Clark. You got that right. That was a huge shot.
Denver calls timeout. They're in front by 3. 1:19 left in the fourth. The pass to Alexander. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
Pippen for 3. Pippen missing again.
You can't get into much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Outside Billups. Pass to Alexander. 6 to shoot.
Good defense, but I love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Pippen kicks to Anthony. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Nuggets have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Pass to Alexander. Five on the clock. Here's Gatling. Rebound by Pippen.
That's one he knows he should have made.
To tie it up. The 3 won't fall. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. The Trailblazers making a switch here. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're losing by 5. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Off the inbound pass. Bucket's good. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for joining us tonight in our presentation of NBA on 2K Sports. Now our Jordan player of the game.
Так, ну что ж, вот и закончился этот прекрасный матч. Довольно-таки был он напряженный. Денвер побеждает. Чонси Буллип становится звездой матча. 69-71. Вот такой вот результат. Чуть-чуть не хватило Портленду, но не хватило. Денвер набирает 3 очка, у него теперь их 9, у Портленда также остается 6. Ну и давайте посмотрим на статистику матча. Что же, Коди Александр лучший игрок в составе Денвера, 15 очков, 1 подбор, 4 передачи, ни одного перехвата, ни одного блока. 7 из 14 он забил, 1 из 6 трехочковый. Штрафные не бил, 2 фола. Данков также нету. Маклауд 12 очков набрал и Чонси Буллипс 11. В составе Портленда, как всегда, выше планеты всей был Скотти Пиппин. 27 очков, 8 подборов, 3 передачи, перехватов нету, 2 блокшота, 10 из 17 забил, 4 трехочковых из 9 сделал, 3 из 4 штрафных также он забил. 1 фол и нету данков. Что можно еще отметить? Крэг Энтони 11 очков и Стив Смит также 11 очков. Ну а с вами этот матч смотрел Серега Корж-Гамес. Не забывайте подписываться, ставить лайки, оставлять комментарии, переходите по всем ссылочкам под видео. Все это важно для продвижения канала. Ну и увидимся, скорее всего, сегодня где-то в часиков 8-9. Ну, а может быть и 10. И поглядим национальную бейсбольную лигу. Увидимся. Всем пока.